If you've ever looked at a list of meanings for a Bible word and wondered which one is used in your passage, well, this is the video for you. Now, in the third video of this 4-part series, we're going to walk through how to find the right meaning in your Greek or Hebrew word study. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Henry, and I believe that the principles taught in the Bible are the only true key to success. And I'm devoted to providing tools to help you understand the Bible and practically apply its teachings. If this is your first video, click the subscribe link to join our family. And if you want to participate in our free online Bible study bootcamp, click the link in the description box below. Now, last time we learned how to find which Greek or Hebrew word is behind the word we want to understand better. Today, we're going to take the next step and discover the definition and meaning of that word in the context of our verse. How did you do at finding the Greek word translated magnified or exalted in Philippians 1:20? Did you come up with G3170? Well, if so, you got it right. Congratulations. We're going to look at that word today for the second step of our Greek word study. And let's go back to the word study table for Philippians 1:20 in the Inductive Bible Study app. And if you haven't yet seen the last video explaining how to do this, you can find the link to watch that video in the description of this video. Next to the word magnified or exalted, we see the Greek word code G170. Click on that number code to go to the page with information about this Greek word. The word translated magnified or exalted in our English text is the Greek word megaluno. As you can see, the word has 3 definitions: to make great or magnify, a metaphor to make conspicuous, to deem or declare great, to esteem highly, to extol, laud, celebrate, to get glory and praise. In this case, the definitions are all closely related. So let's look at whether they work in the context of our verse, which says, "According to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always, so now also Christ shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death." So let's briefly try each of these 3 definitions. The first could be, as always, so now also Christ shall be made conspicuous in my body, whether it be by life or by death. The second might read, as always, so now also Christ shall be declared great in my body, whether it be by life or by death. And the third would say, as always, so now also Christ shall get glory and praise in my body, whether it be by life or by death. In this case, each definition seems like it could work, even without a further study of which sense is most likely used in this passage, something we can often safely leave to faithful biblical scholars and linguists. We get a further sense of what it means to magnify Christ in our bodies as we live and die. Each of these is part of magnifying and exalting Him. By stopping to think about it, we now have a clearer idea of what it means to magnify Him. It means to make Him seem great in a way that others notice Him. There are other times, though, that one or more of the definitions doesn't work. For example, if we look at Psalms 23:5, part B, my cup overflows, and decide to look at the word translated cup, we'll see 2 definitions. First is cup, and the second is a kind of owl. Obviously, if we look at the passage, the verse is not talking about a kind of owl. This leaves a very simple, unnuanced definition, cup. As you can see, Greek and Hebrew word studies don't have to be as complicated as they seem. Thankfully, we have the help of others who have studied these words in depth and translated them faithfully to us in English. By prayerfully asking the Lord to help us understand and following the guidance of good translations, we can better understand how to think about God and obey Him fully. If you want to do more in-depth word studies, I offer several tips and suggest helpful resources in my book, Stop Reading, Start Studying. Use the link below to get your copy and discover more tools for even more accurate word studies. Next time, we're going to look at the final step of word studies, the most exciting part that helps us understand God's thoughts and ties the Bible together for us. But for now, you can put what you've learned to practice by looking up the Greek word translated humbled in Philippians 2:8, along with its meaning and definition. It's time to vote again. If you're on YouTube, simply click the icon in the top right to select the correct Greek word from the available options. And if not, just write it in the comments. Now, if you found this video helpful, feel free to share it with a friend. Also, if you haven't done so already, click the subscribe link to check out some of the other videos on this channel. And until next time, stop reading and start studying.